decided to test my girlfriend Emily's loyalty with a prank, enlisting my buddy Jake to pose as a wealthy stranger trying to woo her at a cafe. Hidden cameras captured every tense moment as Jake, dressed in a sharp suit, struck up a conversation with Emily, who politely declined his advances, reaffirming her commitment to me. I was watching from a nearby van, my heart racing as I hoped she would pass the test. Jake was smooth, dropping hints about his supposed wealth and offering to take her to a high-profile charity event. Emily hesitated, but ultimately stood firm, telling him she was happy with her boyfriend and didn't want to jeopardize our relationship. I was ready to celebrate her loyalty when Jake did something unexpected. He revealed the prank, showing Emily a video of me explaining the setup. Her face turned pale, and she looked hurt and confused. She confronted me with anger and disbelief, storming out of the cafe while I desperately tried to apologize. Back in the van, my stomach churned with guilt as I replayed the scene in my head. I had never seen Emily so hurt and betrayed. I tried to reach out to her, sending messages and voicemails explaining that it was just a prank, but she didn't respond. Days passed, and the silence between us grew more profound. I realized that my idea of a harmless joke had struck a blow to the very foundation of our relationship. My friends tried to console me, saying that she'd come around, but deep down I feared the damage was irreversible. I couldn't help but replay the events over and over in my mind, thinking about how Emily must have felt. She had always been there for me, supporting me through thick and thin, and this was how I repaid her? The guilt was overwhelming. Every time I saw her favorite cafe or walked past places we had visited together, I was reminded of the trust I had shattered. My social media was flooded with messages from viewers who had seen the video, with some sympathizing with Emily and others. Emily and I had shared so many good times, built so many memories, and now, because of one thoughtless prank, I had put it all at risk. I thought about how she must have felt, blindsided by someone she trusted, made to feel like she was being judged. It wasn't just a prank, it was a breach of trust. I began to question why I had ever thought it was a good idea. Was it worth the likes and views? Was it worth seeing the person I loved so deeply in pain? Weeks later, Emily finally agreed to meet me. We sat down at the same cafe where the prank had taken place, the atmosphere heavy with tension. She looked at me with eyes that were a mix of hurt and determination. "Why did you do it?" she asked, her voice shaking. I fumbled for words, trying to explain that it was never meant to hurt her, that I just wanted to have a bit of fun and see if we were as strong as I believed. But as the words left my mouth, they sounded hollow and shallow. Emily listened, but I could see in her eyes that something had changed. "I trusted you," she said softly, "and you turned that trust into a joke." Her words cut deep, and I knew there was no easy fix for this. I apologized again and again, but the damage was done. Emily needed time to heal, and I needed to learn from my mistake. As I watched her walk away, I realized that pranks like these aren't worth the pain they cause. Testing someone's loyalty is not a game, and breaking someone's trust for the sake of a video is never justified. This whole experience taught me a hard lesson about the value of trust and the consequences of taking it for granted. Pranks can be fun, but they can also hurt people in ways we might not foresee. I hope Emily can forgive me one day, but for now, I have to live with the consequences of my actions and do better in the future. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like this, please like and subscribe to The Realms AI. Remember, trust is precious. Don't take it for granted.